There is a button on your tax software right now that can quietly destroy the next 5 years of your life. You won't see it coming. You won't even feel it the first month. But by month 6, you'll be paying for groceries with a credit card. By month 12, you'll be skipping doctor's appointments. By month 18, you'll be calculating which bills you can let go to collections. And the worst part, you'll have done it to yourself in one click to save 30 days. This is the story of how a $5,000 tax bill turns into $11,000 of debt, and how a billion-dollar company convinced regular people it was helping them. Meet you. It's tax season. April, you're 27. You did everything right this year. You worked overtime. You picked up a side hustle. You finally stopped using your overdraft. You opened the tax software. You fill in the boxes. You hit submit. And then the screen shows you the number. You owe the IRS $5,127. Your stomach hits the floor because you don't have $5,000. You have $800 and rent is due in 9 days. But then the software speaks to you. A friendly little banner appears. Can't pay right now? File now. Pay later. No credit check. Approval in seconds. It's right there. The button, smooth, green, inviting. You hover. You think, this is fine. This is a real company. This is the same software my parents use. They wouldn't offer this if it was dangerous, right? You don't read the fine print. Nobody reads the fine print. You click. Approved in 11 seconds. You exhale. You're saved. You're not saved. Now here's what the banner didn't say. The friendly green button you just clicked, it's not a payment plan. It's a loan. A real loan. From a real bank. With a real interest rate. And that interest rate, written in tiny gray letters at the bottom of the screen, can climb as high as 33%. Now look, I want you to understand what that means in plain English. A credit card charges around 24%. People call that predatory. A payday loan in some states is illegal because of how high the rate is. 33% is worse than your credit card. You just took out a loan. Worse than the credit card you already owe money on to pay a bill from the government through a software company you've trusted since you were 19. But you don't know that yet because the app still says you're all set in cheerful blue letters. Month 1 is easy. You barely notice. A small auto payment leaves your account, $190. You wave it off. You tell yourself, this was smart. This was adult of me. You even tell your friend at brunch, yeah, I just financed my taxes. Super easy. They have like a whole program for it. Your friend doesn't say anything because your friend doesn't know either. Life continues. You're fine. The number in your bank account looks the same. The IRS is off your back. You did the thing. This is the most dangerous part because when nothing bad happens immediately, your brain decides nothing bad will ever happen. Month 3. Your car makes a noise. You know the noise. Every adult knows the noise. $1,200. You don't have $1,200. You have $340. So you put it on a credit card. It's fine. You'll pay it off next paycheck. Except next paycheck, your tax loan auto payment hits again. $190. Gone. Then your credit card minimum. $45. Gone. Then your phone bill, your rent, your electricity. By the 15th of the month, you're refreshing your bank app at a gas station, wondering if your card will go through for $30 of fuel. And here's the part that breaks people. You start using the credit card for things you used to pay in cash. Lunch, groceries, gas, because your paycheck disappears the moment it lands. The trap closed 3 months ago. You're only now hearing the click. Let me show you something nobody wants to do at home. The actual math. Original tax bill, $5,127. Interest rate, 33% APR. Repayment term, 24 months. Monthly payment, roughly $298. Total paid by the end, $7,145. You just paid the government $5,000 and paid a private bank an extra $2,000 on top of it for the privilege of waiting 2 years. But that's not where it ends. Because remember the credit card you used for the car repair? That's running at 24%. And now you're putting groceries on it too. So that balance is climbing. $3,000, $5,000, $8,000. You're now servicing 2 debts, both feeding each other, both designed by professionals to keep you exactly where you are. Now here's the lie almost everyone tells themselves at this point. I'll just earn more. I'll pick up another shift. I'll start a side hustle. I'll catch up by December. December comes, You didn't catch up. You barely treaded water. Because, and this is the part they don't teach you in school, debt at 33% doesn't shrink when you earn more. It just keeps pace. Every extra dollar you make gets eaten before you see it. You're not getting ahead. You're running on a treadmill that someone else turned up to a sprint. And the worst part? Tax season is coming around again. Okay, stay with me, because this is where it gets dark. The 33% isn't the trap. That's just a bait. The trap is what that loan does to your identity. Once you take a loan to pay a bill you should have saved for, your brain rewires. The next time you can't afford something, you don't ask, "How do I earn this?" You ask, "Who will lend this to me?" You start seeing the world through a different lens. Buy now, pay later for shoes. Buy now, pay later for groceries. Buy now, pay later for the dentist. You don't even register them as debts anymore. They're just payments, little ones, background noise. But add them up and your monthly obligations now exceed your monthly take-home pay. You are technically, mathematically broke every single day. You just haven't noticed yet because nothing has officially collapsed. And then one day something does. Your phone rings, unknown number. You let it go to voicemail. It rings again the next day and the next. By the end of the week, you've got 11 missed calls. You finally pick up. It's the bank that gave you the tax loan. You missed a payment. You missed 2 payments. They're polite at first, friendly even. We just want to help you get back on track, but the polite calls only last about 30 days. After that month, they sell your debt to a collector, and collectors don't say help. Your credit score, which took you years to build, drops 120 points in a single quarter. Now suddenly, the apartment you wanted to rent says no. The car loan you needed says no. The job that runs credit checks says interesting. One click. 18 months ago to save 30 days. Now here's what I want you to understand. The company that offered you that loan didn't lose money in this story. They made money. A lot of it. The bank behind the loan didn't lose money either. They made money. Even the collector who bought your debt for pennies on the dollar, they made money. The only person in this story who lost money is you. And the wild part, you will probably blame yourself. You'll say, "I should have saved more. I should have read the fine print. I should have known." But here's the truth. These products are designed by some of the smartest behavioral psychologists on earth. The button is green for a reason. The approval is fast for a reason. The interest rate is buried in gray text for a reason. You did not outsmart a billion-dollar machine because the machine was not built to be outsmarted. It was built to be clicked. So let's rewind. Back to that night, back to the laptop, back to the green button. In one timeline, you click. You know how that ends. In the other timeline, you don't. You call the IRS directly. I know, scary. Nobody wants to do this. But the IRS, and most people don't realize this, has its own payment plan. Built in, standard, available. The interest rate is dramatically lower than 33%. Sometimes single digits. No fast green button, no friendly banner, just a phone call and some paperwork. Same bill, same $5,000, 2 completely different lives. The difference wasn't money. The difference wasn't intelligence. The difference was 30 seconds of friction. So here's the rule. Write it down. Tattoo it. I don't care. Any product that lets you click your way out of pain at the exact moment you are panicking is not your friend. It's the opposite. It's a business model that targets your worst hour. Buy now, pay later for groceries. Same trap. Same psychology. Same green button. The instant a financial product feels like a relief, slow down. Close the tab. Walk outside. Call the boring, slow, ugly alternative, the IRS, the bank's hardship program, the credit union, your parents, anyone. Pain that you sit with for 48 hours is almost always cheaper than relief you accept in 11 seconds. Look, I'm not telling you this story to scare you. I'm telling you this because somebody, somewhere, this April, maybe this week, is going to open their tax software, see a number they can't afford, and see that little green button. And in that 30-second window, they will decide the next 5 years of their life without knowing it, without anyone warning them, without reading a single word of fine print. So if you take one thing from this, let it be this. The wealthy don't get wealthy by avoiding taxes. They get wealthy by avoiding the products sold to people who can't pay them. That's the whole game. Now you know. Now you can't unknow it. And now, when April comes, you will hover over that button and you will close the laptop. That's how you win. If this changed how you look at tax season, there are 6 more traps just like this one I'm breaking down on this channel. Next week, I'm taking apart the one that's quietly bankrupting people who make $250,000 a year. You don't want to miss that one? Subscribe. I'll see you there.